Hey everyone, it's me, Subpixelated. I'm not dead, by the way, cause the last video that I published was 2 months ago. And no, I have not published any games since then. Oh, I'm gonna be talking about all the stuff that happened in those 2-3 months. So if you don't care about that, then go to this timestamp or at the end of the chapter. Okay, let me explain what happened to the February's game, because believe it or not, I was working on the game. It was on a 1v1 RTS, which you couldn't fight until the end of the round. And now that I think about it, that's not exactly a real-time strategy, is it? Nothing about that is exactly real-time. Who cares? I would explain all the details about the game, but you know, I already scrapped it, and I don't really see a reason to stretch this video way longer than necessary, so I'm not gonna do that. But all you need to know is that I got a little too ambitious with this project, and I couldn't make this whole thing in under a month. So after that, I have officially broke the promise of making a game every month. The monthly game streak lasted for a whopping 4 months. And if you think that's quite short, that's because it is. It is really short. Don't worry, I'm as disappointed as you are. After that, I thought to myself, you know what, maybe it's time to go back and start working on that big project that I've been holding off for a very long time. And that was the roguelike, the game that you clicked on this video for, which I'll be talking about in a moment. But before that, I want to talk about something that happened while I was making said game. So when I was working on Tiny Islands, I posted all the progress I was making on that game on Twitter for the purpose of, well, promotion. This guy called Maxius somehow found my posts and started liking, commenting and all that consistently to most of my posts, and that was great. You know, I'm happy that there was someone who liked the project that I was working on that much, but you know, I didn't really think much of it afterwards. But then this person called Quit joined my Discord server on March 39th. Also, by the way, I have a Discord server, so please join, please. And Quit claims that they found Tiny Islands through Maxius' favorite games page. And then literally the next day, this Twitter account called Roblox Underrated Games made a post about Tiny Islands and also Junkyard Fighters, but that tweet didn't get all that much attention, so who cares. Apparently, Tiny Islands was recommended to Roblox Underrated Games by none other than Quit. And so now, because of all that and more, wait, is that key after key? Tiny Islands is now comfortably sitting at almost 1,000 visits, 272 favorites, and 121 likes. This is a crazy number, because let me compare it to a game that I have spent 20,000 Robux on advertisement. Neon. Neon has over 3,000 visits and 139 favorites and 40 fucking 5 likes, and the 11 dislikes is just the cherry on top. I want my 20,000 Robux back. God fucking damn. So, a big, heartfelt shout out to Maxius, Quit, and the underrated Roblox games. And to everyone else who showcased my games and spread the word. Truly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So that being said, let's move on to the main meat of this video. My newest, overly ambitious project, Remnants. Let's not waste any more time and just get straight to the point. What is so unique about this game? Well, all the items in Remnants does a whole lot more than just gives you buffs and shit. The items can actually interact with each other depending on where it is in the inventory. For example, there could be an item that increases all the stats on the item to its right if the item to its left is active. That's pretty cool, right? But there are two problems with this. One, raising all the stats of an item can make the item really busted. For example, an item that does an AoE attack and heals you for each enemy's hit might benefit too much from increased radius. 2. Sometimes raising a stat could be enough. For example, an item that heals you at the rate of every 1 second would be weaker if the rate was increased to every 2 seconds. And that's where this stat called efficiency comes in. When the efficiency of an item gets increased, all the other stats gets increased as well, but we can control how and how much of each stat's efficiency will change. Now, in case you can't tell, this game is hilariously ambitious. So, obviously, I'm not doing this alone. My good friend Mud is helping me with game design, item design, and enemy designs. He also scripts all the items for me, so yay! Unpaid labor! Yeah! And apparently, Mud would like to explain his own goals for this game to you guys.
Hello, I am Mr. Murderzilla. As mentioned earlier, I'm helping Pixel make the Remnants game. I'm going to have to be honest for this part of the video, but why are so many roguelike games multiplayer? I mean, we know why, but, actually, I wouldn't really call these good multiplayer games. The multiplayer aspect of these games just kinda feels slapped on rather than actually thought about. And for roguelike games, this can make the experience worse. Don't believe me? Here, I'll give you an example. A good multiplayer game will have you interacting with your allies constantly. You know, like how a multiplayer game should be. Because if you're not doing anything with your friends, why are you even, playing a multiplayer game? Might as well just play it single player. What does this mean for the development of Remnants then? While the game isn't multiplayer right now, we do plan to add multiplayer in the future. And we don't just want to slap it on like other games have. We want to actually think about how we want to add multiplayer. I think I've explained what we wanted to do for multiplayer. I'm gonna give the microphone back to Pixel. Thank you for having me on this video.
So, who else is on my team? Well, absolutely no one. No modeler, no builder, no visual effect designer, no composer, no sound designer. Now, I would hire these artists, but I don't have any money to do so. So, I'm gonna be using generative AI for this. I'm not too worried about the lack of artists in my team because, well, I myself am an amazing modeler, builder, composer, sound designer, and visual effect artist, if I say so myself. Now, at this point, I think a lot of you are saying, that's a lot of explaining, but not a whole lot of showing how much of the game is actually done. Well, why don't you check it out yourself? The Alpha 1.0 build is already out and it's ready for testing. Now, there are a few things to keep in mind when playing this version. First, you can stick to walls. I have yet to figure out an explanation to this phenomenon. Second, the UI scaling might be a little weird because I may or may not have rushed it. And finally, the pathfinding is absolute fucking junk because I just do not like doing pathfinding. Oh, and one more thing, sometimes when Mud tries to pick up an item, it just straight up disappears I don't know why this happens. It never happens to me, but if it happens to you, please do let me know on my Discord server. And if you find any bugs, have some suggestions, or have any feedback, please do let me know on my Discord server as well. I am very active on there, and also I do polls and post leaks on my server as well. So if you want to even somewhat be involved in the development of this game, please join my Discord server. The link is in the description. And that's all I have left to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Recording and editing this video was absolutely fucking miserable, and I never want to make a 10-minute video ever again, but nevertheless, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.